Hey, you guys, it's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Power Book 2 Ghost, Season 4, Episode 2 review. I want to let you guys know that today at 3 p.m., I'll be dropping another Diddy expose video, and this one involves a former singer by the name of Nike Heaton, who is not only accusing Diddy, but Kanye as well of sexual assault. She gives the full detail. You do not want to miss this because this actually involves the former assistant of Kanye's that I reported on last week that is suing him for sexual assault as well. So make sure you guys tune in today at 3 p.m. Central Time. Okay, so on this week's episode of Ghost, Tariq is back in school. He's on financial aid, and I'm still trying to figure out, why is he even in school? When does he have time to study? Okay, when does he have time to write a paper when all we see is this little boy running around Manhattan trying to sell dope and trying to stay alive and survive pow-pows? Like, make it make sense to me. But okay, girl, he on financial aid. He got like 3-4 jobs or whatever. Brayden is working for his uncle, make a minimum wage. They both down bad, right? Diana goes to the local Dwayne Reed and buys a pregnancy test. And what did I tell y'all?
I told y'all. Y'all thought I was playing, but I told y'all.
What did I tell y'all about a month ago? I'm back in my what? I'm back in my bag. Okay. So the Westons move up out of their crib, and Brayden sees them as they're moving, and he tries to go say something to his daddy, but his daddy was looking like, I don't know who you are, Jon Snow. You are a bastard to me. So he walk away all, down and out, because once again, his father has disregarded him. Monet is at the crib trying to recover for being pop-out, and her cousin Jay is there helping her. Now, her cousin Jay is played by Golden Brooks. I'm so happy to see Golden Brooks out here getting a check, okay? She's on Power, and then what other show is she on right now? Oh, she was just on the Miss Pat show. Loved her on that. Glad to see her back out there working. So Noma is suspicious of Obi's efforts when it comes to getting his product out, and she also is side-eyeing him, trying to figure out how he got these green cards for his family. And he was like, I got it from the embassy or whatever. And she looking like, like she is giving very much, he's on thin ice. She don't trust him like she used to, and like his days are numbered, okay? And I got a feeling that this season, well, it's the last season, Obi's gonna get pow. He's gonna get taken out. She's gonna find out who he is and not who he is, but what he did. And I have a feeling that his family, once they get over here to the United States, gonna find out what happened. And I bet you his family is a family full of, and they are going to end up helping Tariq in this war against Noma and the Tejadas. Watch what I tell you. And it's going to be to help avenge Obi's passing. Kane tells Monet that Noma wants to sell product to the Russians, and she like, absolutely not, because they gonna push us out. They're gonna most definitely push us out. She trying to get up so she can go and handle things, and they like, girl, if you don't sit down, you barely got a spleen. Like, have several, okay? You're doing too much. Davis' license is temporarily suspended pending his disbarment hearing, and so he is pissed, honey, because now he has really no leverage or anything. Him being this high profile lawyer was his key to the city. Like, it got him into the doors that he wouldn't necessarily be able to walk through. So he's pissed. Effie tries to make up with Tariq after class and was like, I was the one that saved your life. I'm the one that told you that Kane was at the school to come pow you. So are we good? And he was like, no, like, get the fuck out my face, dodo head. And I'm looking at her like, girl, you trying to get this man pow. Like, why didn't you think that you going and telling Noma that he was going to try to use her daughter as leverage, wouldn't get him pow pow. Like, come on, Effie, make it make sense. You was mad. You was in your feelings because he didn't want to be with you. Like, stop. And I was so happy. Tariq gave her his entire to Kit. Don Carter, Detective Carter, offers to help Davis in return of Davis helping him get information on Tariq. And Davis was like, child, I am not new to this. I'm true to this. Like, you think you coming to here playing bad cop, good cop is gonna really like stir me up? Like, no. Like, I like the way they got Davis riding for Tariq. I really like that. I really love it. And once again, I'm still trying to find out what is Carter's beef with the St. Patrick's, okay? Like, what is going on? Like, why does he have such a hard on for them? And I think I might have figured it out. Effie tells Diana that they got to move product. And she was like, I need a minute. Like, give me a week or two. And she like, girl, like, keep on playing with Noma if you want to. Okay. But okay, girl, get your ish together. But little does she know that Diana at this point thinks that she's pregnant. Like, she does got a lot going on. And she's trying to conceal the fact that she just tried to have her mama unalived. So yeah, she fighting for her life. I'm fighting for my life here. I'm fighting for my life. Effie then goes to Noma and requests a bigger cut from the profits because she's the one that's out here really moving weight. She's doing all of the heavy lifting. And Noma was like, look, girl, you ain't coming in here trying to bargain nothing, but I like your little moxie. Effie was like, I can get you the rushes. And Obi was like, how you gonna do something that I ain't even did yet? And she was like, cause I got moxie. So Noma was like, all right, I'll give you 24 hours to make it clap. Okay. And if not, okay, it's gonna be a problem. We see Monet leaving the crib because she cannot sit her tail down somewhere. She gotta go talk to Noma about this Russian thing because she cannot trust the kids to get this done. And Jay like, girl, sit down. She like, look, just give me one of my pills so I can go. And she was like, girl, this pill is very powerful. It's gonna put you on your ass now. But Monet hard-headed, she take the pill and she leaves the crib. We then see Effie at the Russians' little meetup place, the little bar or whatever, and she offers to hack into the system at the Russian leader's daughter's school, and change her swim meet time so she can get on the swim team at Princeton. At first, he wasn't with her, but then he was like, I bet I'll meet with Noma if you handle that. Like, regardless if I say yes or no to whatever me and Noma talk about, you need to make sure you do that. She was like, I bet. One thing I can say about Effie, she gonna get the job done. She's very efficient. She's on time. She's respectful. She gonna clock in, all right? And I would like to see a little bit more of who Effie is, like her background and more of that whole world of hers. Brayden tries to get on a new girl at the, well, not the new girl at the school, but she's a student at the school. Her name is Elle, and she's a singer, and he sees her at the student candy store singing or whatever, and she's cool with Brushandra. I think they're going to be in a girl group. Brushandra, Elle, and another girl. They're going to be in a girl group this season. And she basically makes a comment to Brayden about her dealer being out of town. Like, she need some product or whatever, some goods or whatever. I guess she want product to use herself or whatever. Or I don't know if she wants it to sell. But he was like, I can't help you. And I think old girl might be a plant. I think she might be fed. I really honestly do. I think she might be a fed agent, because how you just asking him for product first time y'all talk, like, that was really weird and strange to me. And she looked a little bit older than everybody, so I don't know about Miss L. So Detective Carter pulls up on Tariq at the school and tells him to his face he gonna take him down because he knows who he is. He just like his daddy. He could smell his daddy all over him, and that Tasha is about to be released from protective custody. And I don't think that that's gonna really sit well in your soul, little low, for your mama to be out here in these streets with all the enemies she got. Now, that was the one thing that got to Tariq. All the other He was looking like, all right, get the fuck out of my face. But when he brought up Tasha, you know, that's his weak spot. That's his kryptonite. Monet, we then see pulls up on Noma. And Noma like, what are you doing here? Get out of Dodge. And so she like, no, da 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 da. Next thing you know, the Russians and Effie pull up. Effie like, what are you doing here? And Noma like, girl, leave. So the Russians like, oh, this is a setup. Why you got this here? Everybody pull their blickies out. It's a mess. And then the deal is off the table. Obviously, they don't even get a meeting. Monet passed the fuck out because of the damn pill she took. And it was just a whole mess. She just embarrassed herself down there with them folks. So Tariq then calls Davis to find out tea on Carter and about his mama being released from protective custody. And Davis tells him that Detective Carter's wife was unalived outside the ER that she worked at while some dealers were finishing off a dude on a gurney. And that made me think back to Power OG. I don't know if I'm just imagining things or what, but wasn't there a scene during the original Power of Ghosts at a hospital? And I want to say a nurse was unalived with a pow-powing. And he saw it happen and walked out because, you know, he ghosts. Am I tripping? Am I just conjuring? I see him with a scub cap, that vest on he used to wear, a long shirt underneath, his gloves on, the blicky. Like, I picture this in my head. I tried to find it on YouTube, on Google. I couldn't find anything. But I swear in my head, I remember this scene. I think Tommy might have even been there. I think Tommy might have even been the one that did the pow-powing. I don't know. But I think that that's what ties Detective Carter in with Ghost. Because his wife was unalive because of something that Ghost did in this hospital scene. I swear I am remembering this. Y'all tell me if I'm tripping or not. We then see a flashback of young Monet. By the way, the casting for young Monet and young Jay was spot on. That girl looked just like Mary J. Blige. It's a flashback of her in the car with Jay and Kane. And they get pulled over by the police. She got a blicky in the glove compartment. She take the blicky and put it in Kane's car seat. She's able to make it home, but she also had product on her as well. And Lorenzo was like, why on God's green earth would you have my son in the car and you got a blicky on you? She was like, cuz I went and got this. And she pulled out the kilos of coke. And he was like, why the f did you do that? I told you I was going to handle it. She was like, look, I brought it up to you several times. You ain't moved fast enough. I'm tired of living in this roach motel. Okay. We got to get the f out of Dodge. And he is pissed. So he leaves her mad because she emasculated him. She made him look weak and she little boyed him. You know what I'm saying? And it shows that she already had her kids around and put the life over her children's well-being from the beginning. Oh, and Lorenzo also made a comment to her in that flashback scene, don't involve our kids in this business because it's not going to end well for you. And we see that it did not. Monet tells Diana and Drew that she thinks Kane tried to unalive her. And they was like, Kane would never. Yeah, he would never because y'all did. So Tariq goes to visit Tasha at her job. Tasha is working at the local Piggly Wiggly. Yo, that wig they had on Tasha was criminal. But it goes with the fact that she ain't got no money like that and her hair would look like that. Her hair was a fool. So Tariq asked her about the protective custody thing and she was like, yeah, they was mad that I went missing. You know, that's when she pulled up and sprayed Monet. And they told her if she do something else, she gonna get kicked out. Of course, she's gonna do something else and get kicked out. Of course, that's going to happen. So her manager come over and was like, Tasha, no fraternizing with your people while you at work, and put his arm around her. And she was like, get your hand off of me. Like, ew, no. So Tariq looking like, did this just my mom? Oh, okay. Tasha was like, don't worry about that. I can handle people like him. Like, don't even trip. And when we see the manager going home, Tariq stepped to his and literally steps on his hand and breaks his finger and tells him to stay away from his mama, or he'll unalive him and his whole family. I bet you he gonna end up firing Tasha, the manager. I could see her getting fired after that. I can really honestly see it. So Noma tells Kane to meet with the Russians. Okay. And so he calls and asks Effie for help. And at first she was like, no, Kane, I'm not helping you with this. I already tried. I'm out of it. But she knows that he needs her help in order to get this done. But the gag is she was supposed to be going to an interview for this position at a school for like this intern tech program, something that could have really helped and benefit her. And she ended up foregoing that interview to go help him. And once again, it's like she's putting her goals and stuff on the back burner because of this lifestyle that she's in, that she needs to help pay for her to go to school, but it's also hindering her as well. So Effie goes with Kane to see the Russians and offers them blickies in order to meet with Noma. And he like, all right, I'll do it or whatever. So Tariq convinces Brayden to get back into the game after the little hoopty he had to go see Tasha in clunks out on him, and they broke. They ain't got no money, can't do nothing, ain't got no motion. He was like, F that, we got to do something. So they decided to get back into the game. Monet asks Jay, did she ruin her kids? And she was like, no, ask them yourself. Drew was standing right behind her. And so she asked Drew, and Drew basically was like, seeing his mama go to her cousin about it shows that, you know, she does care, but it's not like a peacemaker for him. It's not going to solve everything. Noma and Kane meet up at her crib, and she was like, who told you to make a deal with the Russians using my gun or whatever? He was like, I mean, you had a whole warehouse full of that you need to get rid of. It was a good deal. But to show him who's in charge, she has Obi hem him up from behind and start, choking him. And he said something to the effect of knowing what she was about to say next. And that intrigued her because he's paying attention. Okay. He's paying attention and he's on his P's and Q's. So she tells Obi to skedaddle. And he was like, sure you don't want me to stay? She was like, Obi, leave. So he grabbed his jacket and he leave. Obi, like I said, is about to be unalived, and Kane is going to take Obi's place. Mark my words. After that, Tariq finds 2-Bit and takes his car back. How he found 2-Bit, I don't know, but he finds him and gets his car back. Detective Carter then pulls up on Obi and confronts him about searching through phone records that showed that he's had extensive conversations with Tariq, the same Tariq that unalived a school power. Like, it's not a coincidence. So he takes him in for questioning, which is also gonna put another target on his back. The fact that he's being questioned by the feds, Noma really ain't gonna trust him now. So Tariq meets with Monet at the end of the episode, and she like, my kids ain't doing a good job to find out who tried to murk me. You saying it ain't you? He was like, no, it was not me. And he's telling the truth. So she was like, then who was it? And why do you think that I sicked Tommy on your mama? Like, I didn't do that. And he was like, that's what his mom, Katie, said. And she was like, why the fuck would she say that? Like, I didn't do that. And he was like, she said you came to the crib and told her da 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 da. So she was like, nah, that's not true. And I need to find out who told her this, because whoever said it, they gonna. And we all know it was Diana that went over there and one of her wigs, child. So next week, she's gonna find out what they did, because that scene of her screaming in the trailer is next week's episode. So she gonna find out what Diana and Drew tried to do to her, and she's going to lose her shit. Okay, so I firmly but also believe that Monet will start working with Tariq to not only up her kids but take down Noma and the Russians as well. So overall, I'm going to give this week's episode of Power Book 2 Ghost, I'm going to give it a B+. It was a good episode. Like, the pieces are coming together. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode down below in the comment section. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.